Oh, hi there. It's Wednesday, and apologies for the fits and starts if anyone saw stuff happening on YouTube, but they changed things in the management console and it looks different. Oh boy, and it takes up much more space. The preview takes up much more space, so I can't easily see it. Um, Hopefully things still work. I mean, hopefully things still work. Hopefully things still work well. But anytime there's a change, it sometimes is going to require some work. So we'll see how that is. We'll see how that is. So if anyone is on YouTube, I guess I'll be able to. There's another option here. Start a poll, start a QA, members only live stream. Okay, so there's that. Layout changes. Ooh, someone moved my cheese. Someone moved my cheese. I just hope it still works as expected. It seems to be, but then again, no one has yet come in to YouTube. It is public. It is public. All right. All right. So I'm going to hope it's there. Hey, Danny Boy to First On. Good to see you. And things always changing. Always changing. Let's see how it goes. All right. All right. The Furuta quest continues. Let's check it right now. I have 17 wins. I got 5 wins yesterday off stream, just some 3-minute games. I went 5-5. Terrible games. Absolutely miserable games. It's weird. It's like those 3-minute games now. If I play badly, I either just get crushed immediately, or I dirty flag them. If I play well, I get dirty flagged. So they're all unsatisfying. Hey, Drescaria, nice to see you. Those 3-minute games, even now off stream, they're so unsatisfying. So anyway, we are there. And how many days left do we have left in this event? 17 days. Almost 18 days left to get... I need 83 more wins. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough, the rate I'm playing. The weekend is going to be out of the picture almost. And we'll see. So I'm going to start. Make sure my scene is set. All right. Got some cat hair on my lip. Yeah, it beat me twice. Yuta Oku. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. All right. That would explain some of it. So they're, I don't want to say gimmick player, but it feels very gimmicky already. Yeah. Yep. Let's do our best. Yeah. All right. So how do we deal with these kinds of players? How do we deal with these kinds of players? It's nice. Yeah, I guess they're just used to it. Guess they're just used to to these types of openings. That's nice.
2分
Wow.
$1分30秒
I almost misclicked that one.
$1分
Can I do this? Oh, he'll have a way to run. He will have a way to run. After he takes with the silver. Wow.
$30秒 20秒
Wait, am I playing 3 minutes? Oh, I'm not playing 10 second? Oh gosh.
$10秒
I thought I was playing 3 minute. You know, what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? You know, I thought I was playing 10 second.
時間切れです
Good game. All right. Well, I thought I was playing 10 second.
Loss. Current streak is 1 loss.
Good game. Good game to my opponent. That was a fun one. That was a fun one. I thought I was playing 10 second, which is you know, a completely different game. A completely different game. Let's see. Hello on YouTube. I am trying to read this. Is this boo? Bure kuru. Good to see you. Let's play again. Burekuru. Ah. よろしくお願いします。
あなたが先手です。対局開始。
Wow. よろしくお願いします。
2、3、
So 6 winning,
嬉しの理由。
5Q,
1、
but a 2 dan in a rating. So there's some Kishin going on here. You know, there's something going on.
1、
There's something going on. There's something going on.
1、1、
I don't think so. I don't agree.
5、
I don't agree. I do not speak Japanese well.
1、
uh,
1、2、3、4、1、2、3、4、5、 1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、1、2、3、4、5、6、1、1、1、1、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、
I don't think dropping the silver would do it there. I don't think so.
1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、
I should have pulled back. Yeah, I'm just so stupid.
3、
Uh,
4、5、6、7、8、
I'm so stupid. I'm so stupid. I got hit by that in
2、
I got hit by that in 3-minute games too.
2、3、4、5相手は側の人間でしたね。
I can be excused. I can be excused because I knew that there was something sketchy going on. I can be excused for that one.
Current streak is 2 losses.
よろしくお願いします。
開始。嬉しの流。1、1、2、3、4、5、1、2、3、4、1、1、1、1、2、3、
Having trouble with my mouse.
4、5、6、7、
Oh, so he's doing the
1、2、3、4、
the Gangi-ish type approach.
1、
Wow.
1、2、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、
I don't know what that means.
1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、
That's what that means. This is very quirky. This is a very quirky opening.
1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、 1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。
If he takes, this is no longer free.
1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。 1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。
I don't like this. I don't like this, but I don't see, like, I think maybe I should have just come back. You know, but I want to maintain the defense of this pawn.
1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。 1、 1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8。1、2、3、
So I take this pawn?
2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。1、2、
Should I take?
3、4、5、6、7、8。1、
Bishop supremacy. We definitely want some bishop supremacy.
1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8。1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。
Huh.
1、2、3、4、5、6、7。
I've got the lance drop as well. I've got the lance drop.
1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。
I also have this lance drop. I also have this lance drop.
1、
Wow.
2、3、4、5。
The rook drop it.
1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。 1、2、3、4、5、6、7。 完璧な指し回しでしたね。
Arigatou gozaimashita. Okay.
Win. Current streak is 1 win.
Yes. Yes. Burekuru. Yes. Rikisen Shogi. Urashino Sensei. Yes. I have joined his membership. Yes, I have. Yeah, every month. I think I'm 5 or 6 months I've been supporting. Hey, Yloigh, nice to see you. I think for 5 or 6 months I've been supporting his channel on YouTube. Let me give a link to people. I haven't shared this link in a while. This is. Have a good night. It's late in Japan. Have a good night. Thank you for stopping by. This is the channel for Urashino Sensei. I've talked about it before. He streams Shogi. He streams some Virtua Fighter 5 as well. But he streams... you're one of the moderators. Oh, wow. Wow. Yeah, I love his channel. You know, he's so good. He's so educational. You know, he's so creative. He's created this opening that I love. And, you know, he seems like a very nice person. I do wish his stream was a little bit higher resolution. You know, it's sometimes difficult to on phone. You know, it's very low resolution, but it's fun. It's fun. He's so good. He's so good. How long have you been moderating his channel? And what is involved with moderating a channel on YouTube? Do people say, do you have to control some of the chat, or do you edit videos? For about a year. Wow. Wow. How long has he been streaming? I'm looking at his channel now. Videos. I'm trying to get to the latest. 2 years. I see the oldest video is 2 years. And the oldest live is about 2 years. Okay, so he's been doing this about 2 years. I really love the channel. I also loved Urashino Ryu channel. You know, he retired, which was a big disappointment to me. But yeah, I love this opening ever since I started playing it. When did I start playing Urashino Ryu? If I go into my videos, let's see. I'm gonna open an incognito window here, and go to YouTube, Shogi Dad, and search for Urashino Ryu. Sente Static Rook Saturday. This is one year ago. What is the date though? What's the date? May 19.
As discussed yesterday.
May 19, 2024. Wow. Wow. So that means I started playing Urashino Ryu about a month after the US Shogi Championship. And I've been playing it almost steadily since. That's a year and May, June, July, August, September, a year and almost 5 months I've been playing Urashino Ryu. It does not feel like that long, but wow. Wow, 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 wow. Wow. Apologies for my lack of creativity, because that's all I do anymore. Okay, so let's play another game. Wow. Get the Vocaloid. We haven't heard this in a long time, this sound.
あなたが先手です。
Isu99.
対局開始。
よろしくお願いします。
2、3、嬉野流。1、2、
Oh, do we have duck?
1、
We're getting Gangi.
1、1、1、
I don't know what this is.
1、1、
I don't know what this is. Well, we'll play.
1、 1、
Bring the king up? Yeah.
2、
Interesting.
3、 1、
So let's see.
Ni-
I'm going to
Sang-
pull it back.
4、
I'm going to pull it back
6、
and then
Nana.
make the edge attack?
1、2、3、1、2、1、2、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、1、1、2、3、4、 5 6 7 8 9 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8
I think I've got the speed here.
1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9
Drop a rook.
1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9
I'm not sure. Not sure. I think I want to get my knight up. I think I want to get my knight up.
1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 1
Yeah, shoot.
2
Yeah.
3 4 5 6 7
Yeah. I don't love it. I don't love it. I don't love it. And now he gets the lance drop.
3 4 5 6 1 2
He gets the lance. He gets the lance. Oh boy. Boy oh boy oh boy oh boy oh boy oh boy oh boy. Boy oh boy oh boy oh boy.
5 6 7 8 9
Hey Four Dude, nice to see you. Benjamin Shuit over on YouTube, good to see you too.
1 2 3 4 5 6 7 1 2
I didn't see that.
3 4 5 6 7 8 9 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 1 2 3 4
Well played.
相手の方こ
Well
れや
played.
ってん
Well
な
played. Well played. Well played.
Loss. Current
played.
streak is 1 loss.
I think that's a beautiful game. That's just a beautiful 10-second game
あなたが先手です
by my opponent. よろしくお願いしま
対
す。
局開始
Just no nonsense. It was just a no nonsense game. All right, he's potentially Urshi no No, he's not.
2 1 1 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9
Come on.
1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 1 1 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9叩きの歩1 1 2 3 4 5、6、7、8、9。
Huh.
1、
Wow.
3、4、5、6、7、8。1、2、3、4、5、6、7。1、1、2、3、4、5。
I think I could have taken. I think I could have taken.
1、2、3。
That was so bad of me. It's really bad of me.
2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8。
looking for other.
1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。
Terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible.
1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。
I just got myself forked. I just got myself forked. Okay. Well,
2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。
why not just keep going with it? I should have come over here. Dropped it here.
1、2、3、
So stupid.
4、5。1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。1、2、3、4。1、2、1、1。1。
Gotta watch the forks.
1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8。1、2、3、4、5、6。1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。
Interesting game. Interesting game. It's a slugfest.
1、2、1、2、3、4、5、6。1、2、3、 し1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8。1、1。勉強の成果が出ましたね。
ありがとうございました。
Win. Current streak is one
All right,
win.
so let's take a brief pause as I spill water all over my table here, and get to some of these questions. Oh, Boradun, you're feeling under the weather. I was feeling that on Monday. Is it the weather changes? People say that the weather change does not cause sickness. People say that. My dad used to say that, you don't get cold from the cold. He used to say that. I'm not convinced, because when the weather changes, maybe it's all in my head. I'm open to that. But when the weather changes, I often will sort of just feel under the weather. I get this little itchy feeling in the roof of my mouth, by my nose, and I get a little head sick. Yeah. Just Filippo, nice to see you. Has anyone seen the game between Taichi Nakamura and Sai Ito? I have not seen it. I know the result of it. Yeah. Yloigh, some video title spoiled the result so you didn't watch. Yeah, I got the result from Shogi Harbor Discord, so I saw that. I don't want to make too much about this win. We can actually talk about it if people want to talk about it. I have all sorts of thoughts. And unsubstantiated thoughts about Shogi and potentially terrible takes about Shogi. And I'm ready to go. Let me just check the YouTube messages. Burekuru says, you can only write plain English, but you're not good at listening to English, so you can't understand if I speak difficult. Oh, I'm sorry. Benjamin Shuit is saying good luck on the grind. Yeah. Okay. Good day, Emperor Rex. Nice to see you. Yloigh, you say there was a bishop drop 2-5 when he retreated, promoting the rook. Let's look there. If you can't tell, I'm playing a little frazzled. I am still recovering from playing 3-minute games, and I'm frazzled. I'm definitely frazzled. So he retreated the rook. Oh, is this the previous game? I almost wonder if this is the previous game. When he okay, so yeah, yes. So that's what I was saying here. Oh, so I guess not even. Just immediately here, the bishop drop. Yes. Yeah, so when I had already messed up this whole position and I dropped the bishop back here, immediately I was regretting not dropping it here. That's when I saw it. But here, yeah, this feels good. This feels very good. Because, if he saves this, it's Sumero. Or is it? No, it's not Sumero. It's not. Rook drop is not mate. I think that's a subscription. Desert Oracle! Thank you. The old days maggot. Greetings. Thank you so much for that. Boy, I appreciate that. What a way to say hello again. Very nice. Thank you. You know, I saw that, you know, you joined back on YouTube. Felt great to see you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You hope to learn someday, but a little support for now. Thank you. I appreciate it. I really do. That is number 20 now. You know, the sub goal of 24 by the end of November, by the end of October. It looks like it's still happening. You know, we get the 20. I'll do the 24-hour Shogi Club 24 stream if we reach 24 subs by the end of October. So we're getting danger close. I'm still, you know, thinking about this. I'm still like, what did I do? What did I do? You know, what did I sign myself up for? Because I thought when I put the number out there, I thought we're not going to hit it. You know, we're not going to hit it. So it's not really all that much of a risk. But now I think we're going to hit it. And it might end up backfiring on everybody because it might end up being the most boring stream ever if I'm just like zonked out. I'm going to try. Like my son said, like I think Foradun said, hater gonna hate. Like my son said, I can't even stay up until midnight on New Year's. So, anyway, the Saya, the Ito, her family name is Ito, right? She is Ito Saye, Ito Sensei. So she won. You know, the discussion has already been had. You know, and she won the game. And without going into too much over analysis, I would like to know what that means. You know, what does that mean? What does that mean about professional shogi? What does it mean about shogi in particular? Just shogi itself? What does it mean about the top ranks of professional shogi? I don't know. Like, if we... Are the top ranks of professional shogi actually the best players of professional shogi? I think that's my first question. You know, Nakamura Taichi is 8 Dan, and he is in Class A, which is presumably the top of the top. Is he actually one of the best players? This is only the third time a Joryu wins an A-class player, defeats an A-class player. That's interesting. I didn't know those numbers. So that's great. That's great context for this discussion. So, you know, maybe this is potentially just a rare thing and there's no use in making all that much out of it, other than the fact that how many times do these types of matches even happen? Like, yes, it may only be the third time a Joryu defeats a Class A player, but third out of how many times has it happened? Like, in a full match. Like, not a blitz match, a full match. Desert Oracle, you say it's difficult to know what happens in the shogi scene for non-Japanese. 1000% agreement. It is really difficult. It's really difficult. They don't make it easy. You know, we don't get any commentated games. We don't really get analysis. You know, there's the websites themselves, just to even list the ranks and try to see the ranks. They're untranslated. They're all in Japanese. It's very difficult as a non-Japanese speaker to know what's going on in the shogi professional world. Some people on, for example, the Shogi Harbor Discord make it easier to do that. You know, some kind souls that can read Japanese, you know, they'll post information in the Discord And so you can get snippets. Like, that's how I found out about this game. You get snippets about what happened, but it's not comprehensive, and it's not guaranteed to be, everything. So you get bits and bobs of the pro scene. Like, I didn't know until recently. It sounds like Fuji is on the verge of potentially losing a title. I can't tell. I think so. Hey, Jigdub Nomer, nice to see you. Desert Oracle, you continued. You wish it was a bit more like chess.com and stuff. Not exactly, but at least normal, accessible news. Again, 1000% agreement with you. Just some little news, just some little snippets in English. Just a little bit. I don't want much. I don't need much. Just give me a little bit. And I've said in the past that, some of the heroes of the Shogi Harbor Discord, like Maple Sugar Lover used to be, he hasn't posted much about the professional game in a long time, but he used to be an absolute hero for the pro scene and giving insights into what's going on in Japan. And he doesn't read Japanese, but he does it all with tools. And I almost feel bad that when I met him in person, we were driving. I remember this day we were driving, and I said, you should do a podcast about the pro game, because you have so much information about this and you handle it so well, and it almost seems like he stopped on the Discord after I said that. So I hope it's not something I said. Like, I hope that I didn't put pressure on or something like that by bringing this up, because I just thought he's doing such a great job. I've said that I think the JSA should pay Maple Sugar Lover to just do little English language pro recaps, and we would get so much out of it. And he would get a little out of it. The JSA would get something out of it, and everyone would win. I think. So I don't have much access to the pro game. Danny Boy to First On, you say, watch the beginning of the 500 stream episode of Shogi in the West. Gonna watch the rest after the stream. It seems a lot of players leave after they reach a learning plateau as a Westerner and feel disheartened. I think that could be the case. So you're talking about one of the issues that I mentioned on the podcast. Issues. One of the things I noticed as part of that 500 stream reflection is that there are regulars who have been here since the beginning, or have been here, since, or have stayed since they joined. Basically, the people that once they joined, they have stayed here and been, sort of active members of the community. And there are people that join both in terms of Shogi Dad channel and on the Shogi Harbor Discord. They're very active. Maybe even for a month or more. But then they just disappear, either from my channel or from Shogi Harbor Discord. They just disappear. And I think that's natural. But like you say, and I tried to get to make this point as well. I don't know how well I accomplished it. Side note, this is my least favorite of the podcasts that I've done so far. I've got to say, in listening back to it, I've listened to it a few times. I think this is my least favorite listening back of the podcast. There are some ideas as I was re-listening that I thought of that I wish I would have said. There are topics that I would have brought up, had I thought of them. But regardless, it's out there. I still enjoy listening to anyone about Shogi, even if it's just listening to my own dumb self. But yeah, you say they leave after they reach a learning plateau as a Westerner and feel disheartened. I think that's totally accurate. And that's something that I've been talking, I call this the what's next kind of situation in Shogi. You've learned your openings, you've learned the basics, you know how to make your castle, and now what is next? What's next is you play a bunch of games, you don't know what to do in the middle game, you get slowly ground out, or you just make a bunch of moves that moves happen, and then somehow you lose, and you either learn from it or you don't learn from it, and you slowly move on and kind of aimlessly. And I think a lot of people, especially people who may be coming from the chess world, I think they may not be willing to make that aimless trek into the void that shogi is, where you just don't know. It is difficult to improve in the middle game in shogi, I think. It's difficult to improve in the end game as well, despite the fact that people make it sound easy, that it's just doing tsume. I don't think it's so easy. And we don't have any real books to discuss this other than Habu's words, and that is so short and so limited that, as great as it is, it's only it's only a shogi pamphlet's worth of information. So after you go through Habu's words, after you do some of the, the at a glance series, you're still like, okay, what do I do? And then you start dipping your toes into trying to find Japanese books. And maybe I'll make a podcast about this, because I've been given a lot of advice for Japanese books. And I have some, and I've read some. I don't know how well this would go over, but it's tough. But like I say in the podcast, we don't have Jeremy Silman's imbalances. We don't have Amateur's Mind. We don't have those types of books in shogi in English. And without those books, whether or not those books actually help someone to become a good player, I will allow the discussion of, yeah, there are a billion chess books out there, but they're all bad and you don't learn anything from them. I've heard people say that. I think that's the minority opinion, but I've heard people say that. But even so, it's a foundation, or it's a framework so that people don't feel completely aimless. A lot of people, everyone as an adult joining this game, especially in the West, is going to understand that you are not going to become a professional. You are not going to become Sota Fuji. And so you're in this for the love of the game. You play shogi because you love the game, because you love the people who play the game. That's a large part of it for me, is that, yes, I love this game. Yes, that is true. But I can love a lot of games. The community that we have, that are the people that I have met both online and offline, some of whom I play regularly over the board, that is something that would be lost if I switched to chess, if I switched to backgammon, if I switched to Halo 3. I don't know. But I see Jack-o'-lantern in the YouTube chat. Greetings. You say you do it, but you have so much going on already. I'm guessing that's about the pro stuff. Maple is a walking shogi database. He is. He's like this incredible resource that we all have had, but he's mostly gone away. I see that he's playing on 81 Dojo. I think he might have even been playing today. But maybe real life has caught up to him, and his shogi time has been curtailed a bit. But he knows so much about the pro game, and it's such a great resource. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, it's. I think we can probably talk at length about that what's next problem. I don't have the solution to it though. My streams. I don't want to say they could be used for that, but just thinking aloud, I think for some people, for some level of people, they could be useful. Up to the Shodan level, maybe, in terms of sort of learning some of the things of what's next, learning along with me as we see these things, because, this channel has some great teachers that have shown some stuff, and I've been learning some things. And, if you're interested in playing Urashino Ryu or Torizashi, maybe the things you watch on this channel would be educational. much like I watch Urshino Sensei and Urshino Ryu channel, and they are levels above me. I get something out of it. Maybe someone could do that. Maybe. I have been rewatching, since Urshino Ryu channel has retired. I'm, like I've said before, I'm rewatching a lot of his videos, and I'm watching the 8-year-old videos that he has up there where he's a Shodan or a Tudan. And I am of his level in these videos. If Shogi Wars ratings are to be believed. But I'm learning a lot from just watching his games. I'm learning a lot. I'm seeing some of his mistakes as well, which is nice. So I think, potentially you can learn from people even at your level or below your level. Not that he's he's above my level. And even though he's Shodan or Tudan, he's a better Shodan, I think, than I am on Shogi Wars. But I think you can learn from people below because you see the mistake. You're seeing more. You're thinking more. Hey, Goshujin, nice to see you. Glad you could drop by too. So, maybe in some ways this channel can be some of that sort of what's next. A little bit more. That's always been my hope, but I don't know. Dressgera, you say that Fuji versus Takumi versus Ito. Currently 2-2. Okay, and Fuji also has to prepare to defend his Ryuo. Okay. So it's 2-2, and so he one loss and he would lose it. I don't know if he's Sente or Gote, or maybe they decide that the day before. That seems to be an important aspect here. Is Sente Gote. Desiracle, you say it's absurd since chess is pretty clear and the complications are in shogi, but they flood you with chess. Yeah. You would love to see me as a Danny boy. You would love to see me as a commentator for Westerners like Danya for chess. I don't have that ability. I would love to do it. It would be, I think it'd be really fun. There are a couple times I've commentated games that we're watching, like WSL, or there was that Brazil tournament that I was watching the live stream of and sort of talking about it with the engine, and that was a lot of fun. I think Danya has a real talent for that. Danya, Robert Hess, the people who are good at doing this in chess, they're really good at it because there's so much competition. They almost have to be good at it. Some of them that are there for reasons other than their chess or their commentary are not as good, but they're still at least entertaining. But I would love to. It's just, I have so limited ability to do it because my skill level isn't high enough. But with an engine, I think it could be done. The thing is, Shogi Pro games are just they're miserable. They're too long. They're too long. By any measure or sense of the word, in my opinion, they're just too long. You can't make a broadcast. You can't make a reasonable broadcast that is 8+ hours with an hour lunch break with other breaks and is potentially going over 2 days. You just can't do that. You can't do that, especially as someone who's not being paid to do it. That's a chore. That's a chore, and like I wish they would do something about that. It's never going to happen, and it's part of the culture of the game, and the people that love it are going to love it. But it's just too much. They're all just too long, except for the very few the very few things like some of the Abema stuff. But for chess, you have the occasional events that have very long time controls, but those are great. They're occasional, and they have multiple games going on a lot of times. Or if it's the World Championship, that's a special every 2-year event. This is not like every title, every Fuji game is just a miserable affair to watch. Danny Boy, you say, you just got the At a Glance series, but it was expensive. It's hard for a theoretical kid in the US to import books from Japan, probably. Also, Hosking books are expensive unless you contact the Shogi Foundation yourself. Yeah, the Hosking books are very reasonable if you do go directly to the source, and I do recommend that. And yeah, the At a Glance, they are expensive, but then again, chess books are expensive too. Unless you go to the library, those books in the library are of some are good, some are bad, but you can get them from the library, or you can go to a half-price bookstore. Like there's a place by us called Recycle Books. Every time I go, I look at their Go section and their chess section, and their chess section, it just keeps increasing in size with absolute gems of books, absolute gems. And I'm so jealous. I am so jealous. Hey, Skykeeper, great to see you. Sorry if I've been just rambling too much. I'm going to switch over to YouTube now, see anything else. Classical time controls are dying off because all the games end in draws. I don't think it's because they end in draws. I think it's because it's just too long. I don't think it's because they end in draws, because a lot of those tournaments, they'll switch to games that are looking decisive, and they're still interesting. Many of those games that are not arranged draws are very interesting. And I think you might be able to say the same thing about Shogi. Like, hasn't Fuji had a bunch of Sinichites recently? To me, that's even worse. Shogi Sinichite, because then they have to restart it. So I still don't think draws are as big a problem as people say they are. I still don't think they are. I think that's overblown. I think draws are a feature of the game. I realize probably that's a minority. That, I think, is a minority opinion, that draws are a feature of the game. I think they are, but I don't think that is the thing that's making classical chess lose out more. I think it's just that the games are long, and chess, just like shogi, could be it could be a dry game. Sometimes it's like watching paint dry, and that's why the chess commentary is so important, and the formats that they have in the chess events are so important, because they usually will have multiple games. And I think maybe this is, just talking about draws again, maybe this is part of the problem, though, because you get events like the Grand Chess Tour events. Not that this recent one has been like this, but Grand Chess Tour viewership has been way down, I think, the past couple of years. And those have had draw masters in them. They've had Wesley So, Levon Aroni, Lanier Dominguez, Fabiano Caruana. These are people, they're just all playing for draws. And those were just very draw-ish tournaments. And they had few... They might have like 4 games. Like if they have 8 players in an event, these 8 invites, these are all hot takes, and chess people will disagree with me. But those Grand Chess Tour tournaments, despite having phenomenal commentaries of Yasser Seirawan, who's one of the best, I think, those are always getting low viewership. I think because they are boring events. They're long time controls, and the players are playing to qualify for the next year's Grand Chess Tour. They're not it's because it's like this guaranteed payday. It sounds like, I've heard some people talk about this, that you're paying they're playing to qualify. They're playing this year's Grand Chess Tour to qualify for next year's Grand Chess Tour, because of the money. And it's understandable, but you end up with some very boring games. And I promise, this is going to lead back into this discussion of Taichi and Ito, of Nakamura and Ito, their game, because these are some of the thoughts and the things I've been in my mind putting together. But as Jack Lantern says, it'd be nice to get the at-a-glance series in libraries and bookstores. Yeah, so like we just don't have shogi stuff in the libraries or the bookstores. And so it's always going to be more difficult that way. Regardless of the price, it's going to be difficult because of that. Because chess books are also expensive. Desirok, you say, why becoming Fujisota? I mean, at the beginning, everyone thinks of it. I remember the guitar was that for me as well. But when you grow up, come on. I wonder what you mean by that. Like, are people trying to be like Fujisota or what? Fordun saying, what's next? Give yourself permission to be bad? Never. 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 Never, Fordun. Never. How dare you even suggest? Hidechi did a lot for Shogi. It's unfortunate he stopped making content. Yeah, a lot of people, not me, got into Shogi and learned Shogi from Hidechi. I have, as anyone who knows me knows, I have my quirks. And I can't watch those Hidechi videos. The quality, both in terms of sound and video, it's just, I can't watch them. They're unwatchable for me. And like that's not a dig, because these are ancient videos. They're like 12 plus years. So it's not his fault. They're great for their time. It's like going back sometimes and playing an old video game. Sometimes it's like I just can't. I can't play this video game at 18 frames per second and, all sorts of pop in and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, maybe in the old days I was able to play that, but I can't now. And I feel like that is the way it is for me and those Hidechi videos. I could never watch them just because the quality is so rough. And one thing that I don't like doing, and very few people require this anymore, but I don't like having to shift my volume around so much. Maybe this is just like first world problems, but if someone records their videos at a very low volume such that I have to blast my volume, I'll generally stop listening to their videos, because it means that I run the risk next time of watching a normal video of just like blowing out my ears with loud. So I don't like that. Anyway, but agreed, he did so much. And that, not even counting those videos, 81 Dojo has been great for non-Japan shogi. And maybe Japan shogi as well. But yeah, he's been a hero of the scene. But he left, as people do. People move on with their lives. People move on. He still, I guess, manages 81 Dojo. Unfortunately and unfortunately, he still manages it. But he's not very involved. Hey, Ghost1, great to see you. Desirarco, you ask, what's a nice simple opening for counter every opening as Gote? Of course, it's a bad method. It's the only thing you can do right now. Opposing rook. Opposing rook. My split second instantaneous answer to any sort of what is a simple counter for X is opposing rook. Yeah, I don't know if that's fair. I don't know if anyone would agree with me. But like, if you just want to play shogi and you want to be in a good position that is solid and difficult for the opponent sometimes to deal with, I think opposing rook. It's very easy to mess up. Opposing rook is one of those easy openings. It's very easy to mess up against it. And it's relatively difficult, I think, to mess up in it. Relatively difficult. Not that it's difficult, but relatively difficult, I think, to all the other openings. The fourth file rook, I think, is also... Fourth file rook used to be my go-to answer for all these types of questions. But I think opposing rook is easier and more solid to play. Boradun, quote, Shogi pro games are miserable. Did I say that? Did I actually say that? I think I agree with it. If you're quoting someone else, I'm like, yeah, I agree with that. That person, whoever said that, must be smart, must be handsome, must have excellent hair, and must be a great shogi player. Danny Boy, you say they'd have to hire me for Lee Shogi or something for big streams. Yeah, I don't think Lee Shogi is hiring anybody anytime soon. Lee Shogi is probably barely making it as it is, and I appreciate that that the developer of Lee Shogi doing all that he has done for the world, for the community by making this available. But I don't think there are going to be any salaried people coming out of Lee Shogi. It's tough. It's a tough world. Jack-o'-lantern saying opposing rook is so complex. Well, everything is complex, but I think of all the others, I think it is the least. I think it's the easy. Like I said, I think it's very easy to mess up against opposing rook, and I think it's relatively difficult to mess up in opposing rook if you are determined to play sort of a defensive style. KKS maybe will give your opponent. Oh gosh, I mean KKS. Yeah, it definitely could give your opponent a headache, but you better be on your game if you're going to play KKS. You better do your work. You're not going to just step into a KKS game being like, I'm just going to do KKS and keep it simple. KKS does not stand for keep it simple. Gabrielle, good to see you. Hello. You can't hear because you're on the bus. You don't have headphones. So I'll say hello, Gabrielle. I'm so early today. Mayank, you say I'm early today? Love the view behind me. This is my normal time. But thank you. Yeah, it's our we have a little patio back here. It's it's nice. It's nice. We don't use it very often. And let's see. Drescaria, you watched the Fuji versus Takumi game live on Abema TV. 11 and a half hours for 99 move. You like the slow pace, but you don't think many people have or want to make that kind of time for one game. 1000%. I mean, that's you're making my point. You're basically making my point. Ain't no one. What do they say these days? Ain't no one got time for that. 11 and a half moves for 11 and a half hours for 99 moves. No. Nah. That's not going to cut it. It's great. I'm glad that some people like this, but it's just too much. It's too much, especially considering that there's no good balance of other stuff. You might be able to say that, this is a minor title. This Fuji Takumi match, Fuji versus Ito, this is a minor title. It's a best of 5. So that's, I mean, it's a minor title game. It might be, I think it might be okay to have these super long 12-hour games for 1 or 2 major titles. Most certainly not 2 days. I still think the 2-day thing is ridiculous. I think stealing moves in 2025 is absurd. I think it's just absurd. But you could argue. I think you could argue and say, a 12-hour Ryu-Oh match, this is cool. This is sort of event watching. This is sort of event viewing. But when there are 8 titles, and every title match has torturously long games, and these title matches are played every year, it's too much. And there's no balance. There's not here's all this high level rapid play or blitz play or faster play. It seems like there's very little balance. It's just all punishingly long games. And I just don't think it's good. I don't think it's good. I know that there are sponsors, they make some of this money by the food and the lunch. But that lunch thing, come on. It's a little long. It's a little long. Yeah, no appreciation for the fine art of real shogi. I know, and I feel curmudgeon-y saying these things, but I think it's just the reality of the modern world. I think it's just the reality. It's just too long. It's just too long. I don't think it's going to grow the game. I don't think it's going to attract new people. And I think the people who are willing to watch these long games, I think they're just going to die out. Die out while watching the games. You know, the skeleton meme, you know, sitting there watching a title match. Let's see. Danny Boy, do I think Blitz Shogi would be more exciting for people if it was televised internationally? Yeah, I think those Abema tournaments are outstanding. And, you know, we have access to them on their YouTube channel, you know, in the past by watching them, you know, sort of in clipped form. I think those are really fun to watch. I think people would enjoy those. Maybe not. Maybe not, though. You know, I obviously... I am not Japanese. I don't live in Japan. I don't have my finger on the pulse of the Japanese shogi world. So maybe the people who love shogi now would not love faster games. Maybe that's why they don't play faster games. But I do wonder if there's just too much. I don't want to say respect, but I'll just say the words and then try to walk it back if better words come to me. But like, I almost feel like there's too much respect for Japanese shogi pros. Like, they're these, you know, these noble creatures who can only play super long time, who are only, you know, the only time control worthy of them is super long time controls where everyone can find the best moves. And, you know, an amateur could never beat them. And if an amateur beats them, it's because they let them win. And just like all these sort of very, like the Japanese pros have this mythical status that sort of requires that everything they do be so dramatic and so, you know, weighty, unlike a blitz game, which is fun and fast and maybe not perfect. And so maybe that's just a cultural thing that I don't get. And I'm not one of those people that likes to see the greats fall either. Like, I like to see dynasties. I like to see the best player be the best and dominate. I love a world where amateurs can't touch pros. I love that type of thing. So I'm there for it. But like, at the same time, pros are human. You know, this is a very difficult game. It's a very complicated game, and it's easy to lose it. And I guess finally, maybe we're getting to the point of what started the discussion, which is the Nakamura Ito game, where wait, what do you say? You say, Jacqueline, you say 4 amateurs have managed to become pros, and more have had solid win rates against pros. I mean, that's the thing. I've said from the beginning, I think if amateurs were allowed to compete more with pros, amateurs would beat the pros more often. And amateurs would get better faster. I mean, I definitely believe in that. And especially if they play in faster time control games. I think that would be a thing. I think it'd be very exciting. But, the days of Hachi One Diver, where an amateur beat a pro, and that pro lost so much face. Like, I think those days, I don't think they're over, but I think it should be over. Is shogi playing and participating in tournaments my full-time job? I wouldn't call it job, but shogi streaming is what I do these days. It has been my full-time activity, I suppose. You know, I'm not doing it 8 hours a day for the most part. It's probably averaging 4 to 5 hours a day on weekdays, but maybe even less. But it's certainly participating in tournaments is not a full-time job. No one outside Japan could participate in tournaments full-time, like and hope to make money. Oh, but talking about this Ito and Nakamura match, what I was struck by the result, and what does it mean? Does it mean, again, just to reiterate, since new people have come on since we started this discussion, theories. I'm not saying I agree with these. I'm just saying that these popped in my head. Class A and top level shogi players, pros, are not as good as people say they are. That's theory one. That the best players in the shogi world are not the top players. This thing has been discussed in chess similarly. That a lot of people have said, not a lot of people, maybe some people have said that the top players, these super grandmasters, in a way are protected from the lower level players because they play so many invitational tournaments where they only play each other, and as a result don't have to play the up and coming 2600s. They're able to cushion their ranking up at the 2750 level because they only play other 2700s, and it's invitational, so you don't have much movement in there. And so, I've heard theories, and I don't know, I can't evaluate. I'm not really a chess player at all. I can't evaluate, but I've heard people say that, and I wonder if the same is the case here for Japanese the top level pros, because Nakamura is Class A, 8 Dan, and so he's Class A, he's 8 Dan. Obviously, the Dan level does not necessarily connote any skill level. It just means you won a lot. I'm sure it relates, but at some point it starts going down, as someone gets older. But without that sort of Elo, without that live Elo, which is maintained on a separate website, we don't have a great sense of this stuff. But I wonder, so this is a top level player, and he got beaten by what if we go to the shogi world, if we apply shogi ratings, or if we apply a chess filter on top of these levels, what would we say? Would we say that Nakamura, by virtue of being a Class A player, let's say he's a 2750. Let's say he's a 2750, 2725 in the chess world. What would we say that Sae is? Ito Sae. 2500, 2550? Is that fair? I don't think. Do we get many upsets in chess of a 2500 beating a 2700? Maybe we do. You would say WGM? Well, no, she would be a GM. Ito Sae would be a GM. She is one of the best ladies pros in the world. She's one of the top. She is one of the top. So she would be, I think she would be like a Vaishali. Let's say a Vaishali or a Katerina Diagno or something like that. She wouldn't be Ho Yifan. Like maybe I don't think the shogi world has a Ho Yifan or a Judith Polgar. Fukuma and Nishiyama would probably be the closest. But if we try to apply chess elo to them, we try to put that level on there. Fukuma is probably what? 2600? Is she a 26? If Fuji is 2800 and Nakamura is 2725 or 2750, what's Fukuma? 2600? What's Nishiyama? 2575? I don't know. Yeah, Jack-o'-lantern, you talk about the Ebema has a Fisher time control game on YouTube with fewer views. I look at those views as well. And it seems like those speed ones don't get as many views. But then again, those speed videos are also, they're after the fact, they're heavily clipped. It's hard to compare those, but I think it's a valid comparison. I do think it's a valid point that you make, and it's one that I think myself. It's like where I just throw my hands up and I'm like, okay, maybe people don't care. Maybe people don't care.
Just followed.
Zenmius, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Magic Based and Todowski, good to see you both. Apologies if these are old messages, because as always, I'm very slow on the chat here. The 11-hour games make for great Debusho shogi videos, though. I don't watch. I love Debusho's channel, and shout out to Debusho. I don't have his channel handy here. I watch his videos, especially his. I think his educational videos are great. I don't get much out of the pro recap videos. It's just not a format for me. It's just not a format for me. So I don't watch his of those. I don't know. Todowski, you say Shogi Dad would endlessly praise the Chess World Championship format and its endless draws. Well, I did. I was praising it. I was praising it because it's a balanced system. Like, I think, like the World Championship is, it's a once every 2 years event. It's an event. It's not every single match. Like the I don't know if you were here when I was talking about this, but there are 8 titles that are all contested in the same year. Some of them are more important than others, but they're all torturously long. They're all like this one that we're talking about now with Ito and Fuji. It's a minor title. It's only a best of 5 title. It's a minor title, but the game took 12 hours. It's like, that's a lot. That's a lot. And there's no balance. It's not like we get a balanced set of fun online events or Titled Tuesdays or other more bite-sized tournaments. Or even it's not like the chess world where, the tournaments that do have slow games, there are multiple games between multiple players. So if one game is slow, you can switch to the other. There's a lot to do when watching a chess broadcast. The only one that's sort of very, very slow is the World Championship. And that is once every 2 years. And it's not as long as any shogi game. Even these minor shogi title events are way longer than a World Championship, a Chess World Championship match. And the Chess World Championship matches have the benefit of having incredible commentary and production value. So I don't think they're even comparable in terms of viewer experience. To me, that's my take on it. And I also believe that draws are a feature of chess. So at some point, it's not so much like the Grand Chess Tour sort of boredom events. Like those are tough. But Desert Oracle, you say it reminded you of a chess video about the longest chess game or something, and they filmed the players after. I think it was about 10 hours. Well, I think that must be in the old days when there were adjournments, they must have been longer than 10 hours. Like, I think we're still in the old days in terms of shogi. This sort of misguided approach of having sealed moves in multiple days. Fuck this, Franto. Nice to see you too. It's been a while. I say top players, but do I mean top by rating or top by maging class? Yeah. So this is the thing. I didn't know his. So you say his Yloigh rating is much lower than the average A-class player. So you're kind of making my point. I didn't know that, but you're kind of making my point, or you're answering potentially one of the questions that I've asked. Is that, are these top shogi players actually the top shogi players? Because this result to me could indicate that, maybe he's not one of the top shogi players, despite being in Class A. Maybe he is not one of the top shogi players because he's effectively losing to a 2500. This would be like a 25 if we try to match it up with Yloigh. Yeah, we've looked at this shogi data before. So the problem that I have with shogi data, is that it applies this Yloigh system on top of a system that is not built around the Yloigh system. So people aren't playing to maximize it. And so it's great data. It is great data. It is a great bullet point. But like, that said, I don't know if Shogi actually had like a proper rating system. I don't know if this is what would hold, because like to chess players, that rating is their lifeblood. Like they care deeply about it. Like that is more important than almost anything in some ways. And so as a result, people would play to maximize it. But regardless, I think that is really interesting that this Class A player is not one of the top Yloigh level players. So Nakamura Taichi's form has been at an all-time low. You can also say that to lose to a Joryu Shodan last week, so you think the form matters. Wait, Ito lost to a Joryu Shodan? What was that? Is this that new player? So again, this is another difficulty of talking about Dan level ranks when using Dan level as a skill when it doesn't seem to hold, because there are Shodan level Joryu players that amateurs can defeat potentially quite easily, but there's also Joryu Shodan who seem to be young and on the rise and might be way better than their Dan level would indicate. He's in group 5 of Ryuo. Okay, so maybe this is just indication that Nakamura has been overrated, or maybe there's not too much to make of this. But so anyway, so we talk about that. Mayank, you say, what is this? My live stream got recommended to you. From past 4 months, you play Shogi as a hobby, and it helped you focusing on every aspect of your life as a student. It's changed my life, your life, and you love me. Wow. This is a very, very nice comment. Thank you. Can I pin this comment? I'm going to pin this message. I didn't know that I could pin until now. I pinned this. Thank you. I love it. I'm not looking for praise. I'm not looking for praise by pinning this, but I just want to thank you. I want to thank you. That really makes me feel good. I sometimes it feels much like Shogi title games. Sometimes it feels like my streams can be a bit of a slog. When I'm struggling and I'm down and I'm not fun to be around. It's tough. It's tough. But thank you. I'm so glad that you got that recommendation. And that now, because of that recommendation, I've got to say, I think YouTube recommendations are getting better these days. But because of that recommendation, you now have a new hobby. I'm so satisfied just to hear that. So who was the Joryu Shodan who won that game? Is it that young kid? But anyway, so there was the discussion of maybe these top level Shogi players are not actually the top level Shogi players. So that there was that thought that came into my mind. Another thought that came into my mind is that Shogi might just be a more random game. We've talked about this before. That obviously it's a game of complete information, but it's also possible that it's just random. It's random with a lot subject to a lot of luck. Again, these are things I am saying. These are things that popped into my head as discussion topics or points. It's not necessarily that I believe these things, but I might be inclined to. I'll say I'm inclined to believe them. I am inclined to believe that the top shogi players are not the best shogi players. I'm inclined to believe that the game is more random than, say, chess. That there's an element of randomness to the game that will allow for these kinds of results where someone significantly lower rated will win a game. That's, yeah, the pawn test. Well, so the thing is, Ito Sae. Zenmius, you also said Ito lose to Joryu Shodan. Oh, so it's Ito. It's Ito Sae, not Ito Ayo. Not Ito Ayo. Okay, I read that as you saying that Ito Ayo lost to a Joryu Shodan. Okay. So I'm going to guess that it's Ito Sae. I apologize if my pronunciation is terrible there. So anyway, about the game. So this tells me, I'm going to use this point of shogi being a more random game, subject to more random outcomes. I'm going to use this as more justification for playing some faster time controls. Because if the best players in shogi are not the best players in shogi, if the top players in shogi are not the best players in shogi, and if the game itself is a more volatile and random game, such that dramatic results can occur between people of large skill gaps, the more time you add to this, if you have, it means that there's still, even if you give people a lot of time, a good chance that you're going to get a result that is not necessarily completely impacted by skill. So if you're going to believe in this, then play some faster games and enjoy the faster games and get the results and play. Third, you say there was a chess game with a king toss. Yeah. They're trying to add. Chess is doing so well that they're just trying to get even more viewers. They're really, to a fault maybe. Some would argue. I wouldn't argue this. I wouldn't argue either way in this debate because I don't know enough about it. But they are still trying to grow that game. The game is so big and it's bigger than ever, and they're still trying to grow it. The way we measure chess skill is completely wrong. I mean, there's always, there's going to be naysayers about any approach. I think it's you've got to pick something. Nothing's going to be perfect. You got to pick something. I think it's as good as it is. It's as good as it's going to get, I think, at this point. Maybe they can improve it, but it served its purpose. It served its purpose for the most part of ranking players. It's certainly not perfect, especially in an age of deflation and an age of sort of rapid growth. And the argument can be made. I don't know if you were here earlier. The argument has been made, and certainly has been made a lot, that these 2,700 plus players are insulated in their own invitational only bubble, and as a result, sort of can't lower. But anyway, it's tough. This Ito thing. Her winning against Nakamura. I don't know if this is going to change anything. I don't know if this is going to make people think anything. But it really spun up my brain. Mayank, you say, you were just scrolling for chess live streams suddenly when the Shogi live stream popped out from nowhere. That's crazy. I mean, it's so interesting. I wonder, do you play Go? Do you play Go, or have you watched any Go streams? Because it seems to me like that magical, up until recently, it seems like the magical thing that would get someone to be recommended my channel is if they played chess and Go. Like, that seems to be it's like if YouTube sees that you watch chess and you watch Go, I think they think that it's a possibility that you will watch Shogi. That's my take on it. You know, that's my unresearched take on it. Zenmius, you say it all comes down to familiarity of the position. You will somehow lose to someone lower level than you because of various reasons. Yeah. Shogi is hard. Shogi, it's so easy to lose, and these positions are so difficult, and they're long games. You know, they are long games. So just to add exhaustion into it, you add exhaustion. The games are very long in terms of time and very long in terms of moves. So it only takes, it only takes one or two moves to really just throw the game. I don't know. Obviously I'll never be at the level of a top level Shogi player. Oh, you have. Okay, so there's a data point. There's a data point. It seems like that magical intersection right now for YouTube is chess and Go. You say it could be fun to measure chess skill for D4 versus 1 E4. I guess. I mean, it depends what you're looking for. Like, to me, that's not so fun. Like, it'd be fun just as a thing, but it's not meaningful. I'd say it's fun, but not meaningful. Not meaningful to me, anyway. In a competitive game. In a competitive game, the goal is simply to win. In my view. Otherwise, it would be like, okay, so let's have a D4 tournament or an E4 tournament or something like that. Or it would, it's sort of like speedrunners. Well, this is speedrunner. He's got the world record in any percentage or 100% or things like that. I think it just dilutes. The more qualifiers you put on results, I think the more it dilutes it. Even if it makes some things more accurate, I think it dilutes the meaning of it. And they just become meaningless numbers. Like right now, for better or worse, the rating in chess has ultimate meaning. It has, whether it's accurate is obviously, like, you have some people who haven't played in a long time. They're still, up on the leaderboard. But so there are going to be exceptions, but it is ultimately meaningful. I am out of water. I need water before I can talk. It's been an hour and 45. I'm sorry. I'm going to take this quick break and be right back. Oh, I forgot to put. I use the same basic scene for recording the podcast, and I turn off this, but there it is. Okay, so I will be right back. Okay, back. Get this up. All right. A good night, Mayank. Good to see you. Have a good night's sleep. It is late in India. Yeah. So in the end, I don't know. I don't know anything, but I really had lots of thoughts from that whole match. Season pass wise, I like I said, I played some games off stream to try to get what am I trying to say? To try to get this. Yesterday I played 10 games. And won 5, lost 5. They were 3-minute games. They were all terrible games. But to try to get the Furuta avatar, in doing so, I did get the season pass avatar. Naka. I think speaking of Nakamura, I think this is a Nakamura as well. Let me quit and restart Shogi Wars because season pass. Where are we? Where are we in terms of the Furuta? $19 wins. 19 wins. So I still need 81 wins. 81 wins to go to be able to get that avatar. I don't know if it's going to happen. We'll see. Spearing the Bird is... Oh my goodness, look at this. Spearing the Bird is now my number 1, and it's close to 1Q. So I might not even be Shodan level of Urshin or Ryu anymore. Gosh, that was... This past month has been so... My Shogi is in shambles. It's just in shambles. I don't know have any other way to put it. Like look at the plummet of all my ratings. You know, my number 1 was Urshin or Ryu, and it was at some point of like 0.2. So I've dropped it almost a full level. Like worsened it almost a full level. Hey Harlu, nice to see you. Let's get a game. Ah, you're Benjamin. Ah, okay. The next climb will be even higher. I love your confidence.
あなたが後手です。
よろしくお願いします。
対局開始。1、嬉野流。1、2、1、2、3、4、5、1。
So what does this mean?
1、2、3、1、鳥刺し。1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。1、2、3、4、5、6。1、2、1、2、1、2、3、4、5、6。
That's a great question, Fox Esperanto. I think once you get under 1Q,
4、5、6、7、8、9。
once you get under 1Q for your castle rating,
2、
it calls it Shodan.
4、5、6、7、8、9。
I don't like this so much. I don't like this so much.
1、2、3、4、5、6。1、2、3。
I like this. I think.
1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。系統の銀。1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。1、2、
Wow.
3、4、5、6、7、8、9。1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。1、2、
What? What is this?
4、5、6、7、8、9。
What is this? What is that?
1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。 1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。
Wow.
2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。 1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。
You know, the knight is looking good. The promotion is looking good.
1、
Wow.
2、3、4、5、6。
All right. Oh, what just happened? Shogi Wars, come on. Don't do this to me, Shogi Wars. Long.
コマがキラッキラに光ってましたね。
Arigatou gozaimashita.
Win. Current streak is 2 wins.
Oh, Fordun, you're pointing to a game that Benjamin played against Yamasho on 81 Dojo the other day. Interesting. I didn't see that. Shogi Malaysia has been dying down, so you're trying to rank up yourself to be more qualified to be president. Ah, is that? Now we have another discussion topic. Are we at a lull? I have to say, in the past 3 years of last 3+ years of me seriously playing shogi and being, I don't want to say in touch, but sort of in tune with what's going on in the Western shogi world, I feel like we're at a local minima right now. We're at a bit of a low. Interest seems to be down a little bit, and excitement seems to be down maybe a little more than a little bit. Is there something we can do to improve that. I've been holding out hopes. I've been holding out hopes that Miss King is going to be that thing. I'm a poet, and I didn't know it. But I've been holding out that big hope that Miss King is just going to captivate people in the same way that Queen's Gambit did. And as much as I'm enjoying the show, and as much as I think the show is going to continue to improve, like, I really think we're in for a great episode. Episode 3, I think we are in for a great one. There's a lot of promise, I think, that it's going to be a really great episode. But I'm not seeing any interest coming out of it. I've been asking, and I'll ask again today, is anybody here in chat a new Shogi viewer because of Miss King? So far, I haven't gotten any positive response to that. Since in the week and a half now since Miss King has been live. Maybe it's natural. Maybe it's the ESC, the WOSC is over. That's the big tournament of the year in Europe. That is over. The big tournament of the year in the United States ended earlier this year. This isn't an ISF year. Maybe it's a natural down. I don't know. Fusex Front, you say, is it even being localized at all outside of Japan? Yes. It has subtitles on Netflix, and it's available, I believe, worldwide. It doesn't have dubs. I'm not a fan of dubs, but I acknowledge that I think dubs are important for people to be able to watch. Like, I think without dubs, people may not even consider it. So it doesn't have dubs. I also think, just sort of meta-wise, Miss King, Abema not including dubs shows a distinct lack of care about outside Japan, which is frustrating and disappointing. I don't know. Maybe the show itself. I was gonna say maybe the show itself is more culturally oriented just to Japan. I don't know. There's so much drama in it. It's so dramatic, like almost not cringeworthy, but it's getting to the cringeworthy of the drama. And I don't know if that's a thing that the rest of the world will respond to as much, but maybe it is. But yeah, not having the dubs is a bit of a sign to me that they don't care as much about the audience outside Japan. But there are subtitles, and they're good subtitles. They're not AI. They are definitely not AI subtitles. There's no talking about the ball reaching the fifth heaven, and the flying car and the wind and the flying car and the balls. There's none of that talk. There's none of that in the subtitles. Yeah. It's a worthwhile show. I wish people would do it. But again, as we discussed earlier, maybe people are also waiting for it to be bingeable. The weekly cadence might have been a mistake for them to do that. Like, is Miss King water cooler talk worthy in Japan? Like Game of Thrones, I made this analogy before, like when Game of Thrones was coming out, even if you didn't watch the show, on Monday morning, you knew what happened in the previous episode because people were talking about that show. Is Miss King possibly like that in Japan? I would imagine not, but maybe. Like, why did they feel that they should make the show a once a week? Why did they think they should drip it out versus making it all available like most Netflix shows? I would love to know about those decisions. Okay, so how are we doing here? How are we doing? Oh, there was a note. There was a note. Oh, it was info. This came out today. I'll translate this. This is, again, about the Shogi Club 24 collaboration. Shogi Club 24, a beloved online shogi dojo, has announced its closure at the end of the year. Shogi Club 24 is a revolutionary online shogi dojo pioneered by Kume-san. We sincerely thank you for your continued support. Shogi Wars plans to offer an account linking feature with Shogi Club 24 in an environment that allows for auto matching under the 24 time limit. It plans to offer. So, the account linking is there. The environment to play these games, I think, is not yet there. We have previously released the account linking feature for Shogi Club 24 on my page. We hope this account linking will help you track your rank on Shogi Club 24, review your game history, and connect with your Shogi Club 24 friends on Shogi Wars. So neither of those last two seem to be in place. It sounds like in this translation, and again, I think tense, the tense of something happening is sometimes translated roughly with AI. So I don't know. But I'll finish. Additionally, as a bonus for your account, you will receive an avatar of Shogi Club 24's seat owner, Kume-san. Maybe that means chairman. I don't know. But I have this. The linking feature will end when Shogi Club 24 service ends. So I'm guessing that means you will not be able to link your account after it ends. But if you have linked your account, your data will stay. I assume that's what it means. While it's impossible to replace the historic existence of Shogi Club 24, we hope that Shogi Wars will provide those who loved Shogi Club 24 with something that brings back even a little of that warmth and nostalgia. I hope so too. But right now, it does not let me review my game history, and I do not think it lets me connect with my Shogi Club 24 friends. And obviously, it doesn't let me play slow games. So, if we go back into here, this is all not clickable. Let me untranslate. Oops. This is all unclickable, so I can't click this. If I go to my games history, well, that's my favorite games. If I go into the replays, these are only Shogi Wars games. There's no Shogi Club 24. If I scroll down, it shows my account is linked. None of this is clickable, so I can't see any of my games. I can't see any of my friends. But also, I don't think Shogi Club 24 had a friends list. I don't think Shogi Club 24 had a friends list. Fordun, you're curious to hear who's attending this weekend's tournament. Yeah, I am too. I mean, I'll see for myself. Jack-o'-lantern's gonna, as far as I know, Jack-o'-lantern and I are the only. We're the only Harbor people, I think, that are going to be there. I'm excited to get one of to Jack-o'-lantern's new business cards. If anyone hasn't seen it, I think it's in the Shogi promotion channel on Shogi Harbor Discord. Excuse me. Really nicely done. And I think Pon, another Shogi Harbor member, did some of the art for it. Looks really good. Excited to see that. Doubling down on that Phoenix Shogi brand. But, if we scroll more, it's still all the same stuff. The friends list is still... It's just the normal stuff. There's no Shogi Club 24 people. Did Manao link to Shogi Club 24? No. Where is our Urashina Ryu channel? Has not played in a long time. Let's see if Buggy D Clown, one of my favorite Urashina Ryu players, nope, has not linked up to Shogi Club 24. Also has not played this month on Shogi Club 24 on Shogi Wars. Where is Koshiro's account? There it is. Ooh, unconfirmed. Oh boy. So he unlinked. He linked and then unlinked. So it switches to unconfirmed? Oh boy. Okay. Oh. You are too? Did you unlink for it, dude? Oh. So are you provisional on your... Okay, so you're provisional here. So is Shogi Brazil. I wonder if that's the problem. Is that there's not that he, I think you have to win. I think you need to win 30 games. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. I think you need on Shogi Club 24 to win 30 games to get a non-provisional rating. That is a rating that doesn't have the question mark. You should play them. Yeah, you should. Shogi Club 24 is great. Well, let's not go overboard. But it's good. I hadn't changed my scene, so I don't know how much of that came through. But you've got the avatar, which is important. Who else? Who else do we know that plays Shogi Club 24? Ghost One does. And is still in there as a 7Q. 3-0 against me. There was that one game. I had the game. There was that one game. I really had it. Darn it. I really wish I had a win on there. Ooh, look at this. Creeping up to 2 down. I would say deservingly. Who else? Who else might have it? Does Buyatetsu? No, darn. I'm hoping to get some. I want to get some pro Shogi Club 24 levels in there. Urashino Sensei is not also. Does NinWorld play on Shogi Club 24? Yes. 2Q. Goodness. Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. I guess that makes sense. That makes sense. You know, a 3-dan level Shogi Wars player. Those ranks start collapsing. Or like they start... There's a rank acceleration on Shogi Club 24. Like once you hit this, like it seems like if you're 3-dan in Shogi Wars, you could be between like 3Q and 3-dan on Shogi Club 24. They have such wide bands, it seems like. So this is the highest level. This is the highest level Shogi Club 24 player on my list. Is that a pencil on this nose? Utada Hikaru? That are you? That is. It was Shiken YouTuber. Ooh, 8-dan on Shogi Club 24. Oh, I didn't realize that. I didn't realize that he was playing on this account anymore. I believe this was Shiken YouTuber. Oh gosh, oh man, gosh, what is the name? Is it Shiken YouTuber? No, a great Urashino Ryu player. Shikun YouTuber. I can't remember where Urashino Ryu is. Is this Shikun YouTuber? Oh, he's not the Urashino guy. Who is the Urashino guy? Oh my gosh, I can't remember anything anymore. My brain doesn't remember anything. But Utada Hikaru, I believe, is was at that amateur major or competed against Furuta, I think in the finals of that YouTube or Shogi Wars tournament in person. 8-dan Shogi Club 24. Wow. Let's see how many games Missy 121. Missy 121. With a lot of games played. Wow. Currently 7-dan. You know, peak of 8-dan. Saitama. What does this say? I'm a high school student. Thank you for your help almost 10 years ago. Yeah, he's no longer a high school student. Chrono _ YouTuber. Who is Chrono _? Is this is that must be a YouTube username? I mean, gosh, why am I calling it YouTube? Plus Chrono Plus. Wow. Man. Very interesting. Very interesting stuff. I like this avatar. He uses the double kanji? What does that mean? Oh, the double kanji on the pieces. Yeah, I was watching the old videos of Urashino Ryu channel, and you know, he was also using the double kanji. I just assumed they only had that option back in the old days. You know, that you could see that the Shogi Wars app 8 years ago was much rougher. One thing that I liked that the old app did was when you click a square, it highlights the square, at least briefly. I did like that. Wow. Wow. Man, these people are so good. There is, I was watching Saboten-D. Also 6Dan and Shogi Club 24. So 6Dan Wars, 6Dan Shogi Club 24. This is he plays a great Torizashi. I don't know if Torizashi is his main approach against a Furibisha, but he is a great Torizashi player and a streamer. He was playing yesterday. So I was watching his video. Hey, Coach Ron, nice to see you. You played Saboten yesterday? I was watching his stream and I didn't see you play. Oh my brain would have exploded if I saw you play, because I was watching his stream. I rarely watch his stream, but yesterday I was. Goshujin, is your message coming through now? I see your message. I do see your message. Oh, you think it was off stream? Okay. Saboten is awesome, but something that I was talking about related to the earlier discussion. So I was watching with, I think it was auto dubbing. No, it was a stream. Well, anyway, there's another. I'll ignore the Saboten stuff for now, but there was another YouTuber. His videos get the auto dubs. Sora, I think Sora is his name. I don't know what his channel is called, but he was talking about shogi being random. So it's with translation, but it's similar, because I've been talking about shogi being random, and it was funny because he's like, shogi through the auto dub, it's kind of funny. It's like, shogi is random. Shogi is random. I think shogi is random. I don't know what's going to happen. Shogi is random. It's funny how the auto dub works, but I was like, all right. I'm not the only person who thinks this. So it's time to look at this. It's time to look at the results. We need to find the loss to Koshiro. So maybe it wasn't 10 second? Or maybe it was. Was it sprint? 10 second. Wow, he plays a lot. He plays way more than I do. That's why he's good. He plays more. Wow, he played a lot yesterday. He started stream. Has anyone watched his stream lately? I don't know if it's actually him or if it's AI, but it's basically a naked dude streaming. His shirt is off. His shirt is off. I don't see his hands controlling the mouse or anything like that. There's a mic. I don't know if it's him. He's not IA. What is IA? Oh, he's not AI? Because his chest, it didn't look real. Like it was, you know, it was a naked guy, but his chest didn't look real. And you know, I didn't see him tapping or using a mouse. He makes this pose, side chest, in his stream. Gosh, look how many games he played. Look how many games. His streams don't last this long. Yeah, so he must be doing this off stream. Yeah, his streams are usually pretty short from what I recall. All right, that is a lot of games. So I'm on page 7 to get down to the 7th of October. I'm not sure if I missed. I'm not sure if I even missed. Who's this? What is this? Treasure underscore? It's not treasure hunt. There's a Lee Shogi user, treasure hunt. Wow, this guy is my hero. Ooh, all right. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Gaijin Dan. The Gaijin Dan is too good. The Gaijin Dan is too good. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Foradun, that it would be easier to find from Koshiro's history, except for the fact that I was so amazed, I just wanted to keep going with these just scrolling, because I'm so amazed by Sabuten. What is this? What does this opening get characterized as? This does not trigger Murata system. Is this reclining silver? Oh, I've never seen him make Onaguma. I saw someone make Onaguma against him the other day. You just played an old Joseki? Oh, this old thing? Oh, this old thing? How do you like your 10-second games? How are you enjoying 10-second? This just feels so much like Koshiro's style. And I even if I try, so like on the weekend, sometimes I try to do this stuff. This Koshiro style of having these pieces flow up the board. I try it. It never works for me. I can never do it. I can never, it always feels like there's some pawn move I'm missing or that the opponent has against me. I want to play like this so badly. It just never works. It just never works for me. What? What? That's a 2-for-1 trade. That's a 2-for-1 trade against a full Onaguma. So what are we thinking? So what is the threat here? Oh, because we get the fork. Is that worth it? So we drop the silver, they drop the silver. No, we drop the silver, the rook comes over. And this is the beauty of a 10-second game. You can still you still have enough time if you want to run the king, or you still have time to win against the Anaguma. You'll always have the time. Wow. Wow. I'm predicting a resign. No, I'm not. No, he's not going to resign. Because he's got the fork. Whoa! Look at this. Look at this. Wow. Wow. We got our points. Points wise, we're still that's a fair trade. Wow. That's a fair trade, points wise. What are we seeing? What are we seeing? I'm not seeing anything yet. Okay. Wow. So you're going for mate now. Wait, now we're going for mate. Now we're going for mate. Wait, resign. Wait, what? 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 What's the resign? What's the resign? So he takes. We drop. He takes. Do we have this? We do. Oh. Oh, man. Oh, it's still not mate. Wait. No, because the silver's still defending. The silver's still defending. Wait, that's not it. Hold on now. It's not your move. Actually, hold on. No, he can't drop. He can't drop because it's just a take. So what are we doing? Are we just going to... Like, if the opponent doesn't move his king down, there's no way to force this game to end, right? So are we just going to, like, do stuff like this? Get more points. Well, we can't win by impasse if the other king doesn't enter. Like, we have enough points. I don't think we need points, right? No, maybe it's close. No, maybe it is close still. Maybe it's still close. Are you sure? I thought the impasse calculation doesn't start until they're both entered. Wait, so there is Hishi? Is Hishi this? Is this Hishi? I mean, no, it's not Hishi because he can take, or no. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. He can't if he takes. It's Hishi again. He takes. It's Hishi again because we have a knight. Wait, no. No. A3 knight that forks it first. So, oops. Let's... Like, if we drop the knight, he just takes. So gold drop. Takes. Silver drop 7-1. Gold drop on 7-2 or like this? 8-2. So 8-2 takes silver 7-1. Takes. Wait. Silver 7-1. King takes. Gold drop 6-2. King 8-2. Bishop 7-1. King 9-1. Gold 7-2. Ooh. 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 Silver drop 9-3. Wait. Yeah. If he takes, we just take. Wow. It's amazing. It's amazing that you both read that in so fast, such a fast time. Wow. Wow. Yeah, this is just a level of shogi to be able to especially to be able to calculate it in 10 seconds that I'll just never be at. Boy. What a game. What a game. And all points to the Kishidan, which is the most important thing. Which is the most... Oh, wait, the Kishidan event, is it running? It's not running. You've got Grand Championship points. Oh, man. Very nice. Murata system, Crab Castle. It's good. It's very good. It's very good. Darn. All right. Well, I guess I need to start playing. But I need a bio break. And I need some more liquid. So I'm going to take a quick break, and I'll be back. Hopefully I'll be able to play. You're on the demotion zone, though? Yeah. Join the club. I'm on the demotion zone everywhere. And I'm not even Shodan on these two. God, I would to be a 6 Dan on the demotion zone. Oh my gosh. All right. Oops. I gotta yeah, okay. All right. Anyway, I am going to go for the break. I will be right back. All right, back. Get this up. Get this up. Let me minimize this. All right, Gaijin-dan is a crazy name. I don't know who came up with the name. I don't know who came up with it. I don't remember. All right, let's try to play a decent game of shogi here.
あなたが後手で
Get
す
more. Okay, Papochio. He's beaten me before. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu.
1
All right, another one of these.
1 1 2
Ah, so
1
what do we do with this?
3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5 6
So you're gonna.
1 2 3
So I don't think I can.
5 6 7 8 9
I'll come up this way.
1 1
All right, I'll do this. It might have been from transport. Yeah,
2
yeah. I think you might be right.
1 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 1 2 3
What does that
4
mean?
5 6 7 8 9
This move I drew to show you might not like. I just don't see what else to do other
Each.
than maybe pushing this.
3 4 5
This is a weak square.
1 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8
I think I have to take that.
1
Whoa!
2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9
Still badgers me. I get back here.
1 2 3 4 5 6 7
He takes. I drop. I mean, I pull back,
2
right?
3 4 5 6 7 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9
I've got two pawns. I've got a lance.
1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9
What's the idea here? What's the idea?
1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9
I think a pawn would have been better.
時間切れ勝ち
Arigatou gozaimashita. Okay. All right. All right. I'm not so unhappy with that game. I'm not so unhappy with that one. That is the first Shogi
Current
Wars
streak is 3
game
wins.
I think I've played in maybe 2 weeks that I think was all right. Yeah, I don't expect that it was a perfect game by any means. I'm gonna use the engine. I'm gonna grab this. I'm gonna grab this. All right, all right. Basically a perfect game. Like this is as close to it as it gets. Okay. I feel good about this. This is the first time in probably 2 weeks where I feel pretty good about myself on stream or off stream. Begin the procedure. Begin the procedure. So I wonder if is this better? Is the question. I did not want to end up getting this this bishop trapped. I did not want to get this trapped. So I wonder in retrospect if just pulling back to 4-4 is better than 5-4 or 5-5. You know, this slight difference here. Because I would have been faster to do this. Okay. Okay. I'm getting some notifications here. Looks like I've been getting notifications. Everything is okay. All right, everything's okay. Everything's okay. All right. All right. So 6-6 was better. You mean 4-4? Or 6-6 is just free, right? Oh, 4-4. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think, you know, once he pushed that pawn, I think I realized it would have been better to be here anyway. And I think this is going to be a possibility, right? Maybe not. Maybe with this knight here. So let's just say the opponent does this. Let's just say the opponent does this. Am I looking to immediately get rid of this gold? If 9-8 nor 4-4 weren't available, and 5-5 is not, you mean? And 5-5 is also not available? So if I'm here, Hey, Don Vito, nice to see you. You're playing on Shogi Wars too? With bots. Nice. I'm thinking about pawn drop. I'm thinking about lance drop. I'm thinking about lance drop on 7-1. I'm thinking about pawn drop on 7-3. I'm thinking about just pushing 8-6. Pawn 8-6. You prefer to play physically with humans. Yeah. So that's, that is one of the things that when I started streaming, I'm also old school, but when I started streaming, that was one of the things that I wanted to do, is that I wanted to try to find a love of online shogi that I have with offline shogi. And I certainly enjoy online shogi a lot more than I used to. Better than the lance? The only thing I can think of better than the lance is the pawn. I don't think silver over here helps. I don't know if we want to give up a silver. Well, we wouldn't give up a silver. We'd use a silver to take the gold. Oh, now you're talking nonsense. This is not a part of my game. Moving the rook over is not a part of it's not a part of Shogi Dad's game. Shogi Dad either gets in on the 8th rank or loses trying, or the opponent times out. Oh man. Oh, that's nice. Boy, oh boy. Yeah. How do I see these? How do I see these moves? How do I see these during a game? Even during review. How do I see these? Die as a hero, or live enough to be Sodebisha. All right. That's saying, you saying that is going to be the thing that is going to put it into my brain forever. I think this is where it's going to settle in. This should be, these are modern shogi proverbs. Die as a hero or live enough to be Sodebisha. That is... Wow. I think I would need a lot more than 10 seconds. I think even now, I wonder if I need more than a 10-second game to be able to see this. Don Vito, the phone screen is too small for you? Yeah. Join the club. Join the club. I'm not playing on phone here. So, I have talked about my eyes, and it's the first time in my life that I've actually started feeling old. The only thing that in my life that has made me feel old is my eyes, and that is in the past 6 months. Where I'm now at the point where my distance glasses, the ones I'm wearing now, these distance glasses they're not great at this distance. So this is how far I am from my screen. It's okay, but it's not perfect. For reading, I either have to have, I take off my glasses and put the book or phone in front of my face, or I put on glasses for near vision, and I hold it, I hold it here. So like if I'm playing Game Boy, for example, if I'm playing an old school Game Boy game, I'll be mostly holding it like this distance when I'm wearing my reading glasses, if you will. They're not reading glasses, they're prescription close-up glasses, but they also do medium distance. But I'll do that. Or I'll just take off my glasses and I'll be like real up close. But long story short, I'm at this point now it feels like in any vision that I want to do, I either have to switch glasses, or even if I do switch glasses, it's not perfect. So it's made me feel like really old, like, whereas in the old days, let's say the old days being like a couple of years ago, I would, if I want to play shogi, I pick up the phone and I'll just play some shogi. Or if I want to just hack away on a programming idea, I grab my laptop and I start programming it. Or if I want to watch, a shogi video, I grab my laptop and I just start watching. But now it's like I've got to. Oh, I'm going to be looking at my laptop. What glasses do I need? And I put on these other glasses, or I put it up close to my face, or like absurd stuff. Anyway, getting older has been I've got to say, it really, jokes aside, has been a totally great experience, but except for glasses and eyes, something that has been such an important thing for me it's important for everyone. Eyes are important to everyone. But just having to sort of plan your next steps based on your ability to see them is kind of annoying. And I still need to figure out what I'm going to. I've got my old pair of glasses here, which do look a little better with this screen distance, but they're old glasses, so their lenses are really, there's this weird speckling that has taken place on the lenses that cannot be cleaned, and so they're now to the point where they're basically worthless to me. Yeah, that's true. You're Gen Z. I'm Gen Alpha. I mean, I'm Gen Alpha. Kill me when I get to be 20. Kill me when I get to be 20. But these things. Fortune, I should keep records of my model games. For when I have the Shogi Blues. When I have the Shogi Blues, which is a lot lately, I'm going to say that too. I have the Shogi Blues a lot lately. And I don't know if anything logical gets me out. I don't know if anything logical, but I like this idea. I'm going to put this in. I'm going to copy this, put this to Shogi Wars or to Lee Shogi. And I'm going to make a this is a player who has beaten me before. Papocchio, a Shogi Club 24 player. Let's see what level Shogi Club 24 player this person is. 3 done. No, something sketchy. I mean, obviously, there's the sketchiness of this. I don't know what to make of this. Maybe he's like myself. Maybe this is an older player who had better days. This is the thing that's making me sketched out, though. All right. But anyway, let's copy this. So what should this study be called? Get out of here. What should this study be called? What do they call this? Like wholesome memes for a rainy day? Wholesome games for a rainy day. Model Games 2025. Looking forward to it with this professional naming. Look at this professional naming. So the thing, what I love about your comment here is that you think it's possible that I will have more than 64 of these games, such that I have to add a date to this study. If we're just putting model games in a study, one study will be more than enough for me, probably forever. Don Vito, yes, Shogi Club 24 is closing. I've got this up here. I actually have this up still. This notice. And Shogi Club or Shogi Wars has been Shogi Wars is in some way going to be picking up the torch and running with it. We don't know all the details of what that means, but you can link your account currently on Shogi Wars and get an avatar for it. Yeah. So let's get back here. For the wholesome games, I'm gonna let the engine run, just so I have these graphs. These graphs to feel good. You know, look at this graph. Vine. One of the best vines. One of the best vines. One of the wholesome vines. You know, what would be more enjoyable? What stream would be more enjoyable? A Shogi stream where I am playing, or if we just watch vines? Target. Or try to live reenact vines on stream. You know, I'm almost fresh avocado. I'm almost dropping my dang quesadilla. Or wait, what does he say? Oh no, it almost dropped my croissant. I almost dropped my croissant. Not a quesadilla. Quesadilla is from Napoleon Dynamite. The worlds are converging. The worlds are converging in my head, and there's not much room left, and it's all squeezing in. Napoleon Dynamite, vines. Let me see if I can find it. I took a photo yesterday. There was, you know, a road work ahead. There was a road work ahead sign yesterday that I came during my walk. And so, you know, naturally I've got to take a photo and share it with everyone that I know, and, you know, make the same Vine reference that I always do. All right. Anyway. This was good. This was a good game. All right. Yeah. I don't want to belabor that game. We're back. Oh, I did want to look at this user though. Popocio Brigade Rosa. The Red Brigade, you might say. Oh, from Tokyo. Could this be legit? No. Maybe. All right. Anyway. Got this. We got 81 Dojo. We got other stuff. Let's watch this. I'm going to put on my 81 Dojo scene. Our friend here is playing.
10秒
I don't think it's looking good, but I can't evaluate this. My voice is getting my voice is getting rough right now. So I think after this is probably going to be it after this game ends. The water and the honey tea is not helping. So I wonder what the what is the Malaysian shogi scene like these days? Just quiet? Oh.
10秒 20秒 1
Is there any mate on the board if he takes? The Canaan World, nice to see you.
10秒
You missed one of the best games I've played on stream in a long time.
20秒 1 2 3 4
Also, we were looking earlier. Is EA J31? No, this is Japanese chess. Greetings, welcome to the channel. This is Japanese chess. It comes from a common ancestor, but it is different from chess in a number of ways. But one of the ways is that when you capture a piece, you get the piece in your hand, and then you can later drop it on the board pretty much anywhere. There are limited exceptions. Similar to the game Crazy House, if you're familiar with that. So it's really fun, but unlike Crazy House, the pieces move slower, so that they don't have the dynamic, powerful pieces that chess has. So the games are a little more balanced in that way versus Crazy House, which is crazy. But NinWorld, I saw that you had linked your account with Shogi Club 24, and wow, your level on Shogi Club 24 is very high.
10秒
But Shogi Club 24, like, the more I think about it, it wouldn't surprise me to see you anywhere between 2Q and 2 Dan on Shogi Club 24. Because those ratings do start tending, they do sort of reach that consolidated level somewhere in the 3 to 4 Dan-ish range, it seems. Like Shogi Club 24 and Shogi Wars or Shogi 81 Dojo, there's a big gap between the ranks initially, but as the ranks get higher, they sort of get there. You want to get to Showdown before the service ends? Oh, that's a great goal. I'm cheering for you. That's a great goal.
10秒 10秒
Oh, can't run because this silver's hanging. Ah. But maybe still can. I don't think so because the dragon comes up and it's mate,
10秒
right? The dragon 5/5 is mate. Yeah. Oh, it's not. It's not. It's not. The pawn. My pawn blindness. My pawn blindness.
10秒 20秒 1
Wait, so what was the problem with taking? What was the problem with taking?
10秒
If takes, it's just another gold drop, right?
20秒 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8
Okay. Is there mate? Is there mate? So here's the key point here. This is the key. Is there mate? This pawn is hanging. This pawn is not safe.
20秒 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9
All right.
10秒
King takes, right? King takes. Hey, Franz Butikov. Butikov, sorry, from Chile. Yeah.
2
Greetings, greetings, greetings.
4
Welcome. Welcome back.
10秒
Go Shogi time. I love these clocks. I love this.
3 4 5 6 7
Knight now. Oh boy, oh boy.
10秒
What a game.
10秒
This is where I sometimes feel like I don't know if I have the brain for shogi anymore. You know, at my age, or these games, they're too tense. They're too tense, and the intensity lasts too long. And I think that's a lot of the reason why. Like now that I'm getting to the point where these games are a little more tense and a little more long, I'm starting to just collapse a lot more. Where, you know, as a 2Q, a 1Q, or whatever, you know, I can win a lot of games without having to have these intense battles at the end.
10秒
Oh, you learned a few months ago, but you're an average chess player. Yeah, I've never really been an average chess player. I'm just, you know, I do think chess is a really cool game. You're now, wow. Wait, so you've completely left chess and you're married to shogi, as you say. Wow. Wow. That's amazing. That's I know a few people like that in real life who have done that same thing. They were good chess players and good to very good chess
10
players.
秒
And they're stopped. They don't play it anymore.
10秒 10秒
Boy, can he take?
20
Can he
秒
take?
1 2 3
I don't think so. Because if he, I don't think, yeah, he has to take. Because if he runs, I think it's going to be mate.
10秒
What a battle! What a
10
battle!
秒
Uh-oh. You say you came to 6 Dan in 81 Dojo, but you were banned and you don't know why? No answer your mails and nothing? Well, am I being trolled now? Now am I being trolled?
10秒
I feel like I'm being a little trolled.
2 3 4
I think there are certainly players.
7
So most people that I have seen, they stop at about 3 Dan when they're let's just say climbing through the when they're climbing through the ranks at historic levels. I think they usually stop at 3 Dan. Going to 6 Dan
10秒
is something. I think a lot of them actually stop at Shodan.
20秒 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 10秒
King can take, right? King can just take.
10秒
Surely there's mate here. Surely there's a night drop is going to be mate.
2
Has to be. Has to be. Has to be. Has to be.
10秒 20秒 1 2 3 4
Yeah, I would have dropped it back here, but yeah, I think that has to be. I think that has to be mate.
10秒
Oh, I was expecting. No, that's good. That is good. That is good. That is good.
10秒
So he can't block. He has to take this pawn. Only move I think is taking this pawn. Because if he blocks, he just drops a gold.
10秒
Rook and then gold. Wow, what a game. What a game. What a
10
game.
秒
What an attack. Wow. What a... Shogi is too much. Shogi is too much for me. It's just too much for me. It's just too much. What would you call this skill? What would you... I don't want to call it tenacity, but the ability to play, for the last 10 or 15 minutes, basically since we started watching, to be able to play back and forth through 20, 30, 40 moves, 50, 70 moves, 70 plus moves of just non-stop intensity. What is that skill called? What would you call that skill? Is there a name for that? Because whatever it is, I don't have it. I think at some point in there, maybe at move 40, maybe at move 30, maybe at move 50, my brain is just going to stop seeing the board. I'm just going to stop seeing it. Or something's going to happen. It's just there will be a collapse in my thinking, my thought process, where I will no longer see the board and I'll blunder. And I don't know what to call that. Interesting. Was there no idea of taking here? I guess that's fast enough. I guess, yeah. I guess that's better. Imposter syndrome? I don't think so. No, I don't think it's imposter syndrome. No, I am. This is not like a belief or lack of belief in myself. This is like in these types of games, when I am in these types of games, like over the board or offline, but even over the board, where I have a lot of time, it seems like there will come a point at, like I said, this end game was like 80 moves. Let's say this end game was 80 moves. There will come a move, maybe at move 40, where I don't have the words really to describe it, other than to say I just won't see the board. My brain will the board will turn into a fog. I don't know if the brain crashes or the brain overheats or what it is, but there will come a time where I will just not be able to play anymore. And unless I luckily make moves that will work out in the end, it will only be luck that will win me that game. It won't be like calculation. It will be because I won't be calculating, I won't be seeing the board. But like both of these players stuck in there for 80 moves of back and forth threats and parries. And they're obviously they're all higher than I am. But my point was, like, what do we call this skill? Like, does this skill have a name? Oh, anyway. All right. This was something. This was really a fun game to watch. Gosh, I'm glad I did. Glad I did. I don't think Benjamin, for lack of a better word, Zenmius is still here. But I'm still curious about the question about how Malaysia Shogi is doing. How many people? Oh, you are there. You are there. Amazing game. How is Malaysia Shogi doing right now? Is it quiet while ISF is? We can hop in the call. Boy, my throat's really. Half an hour ago, I said I was going to stop. I like this. I like this avatar. It's sort of cool, but it's creepy. Like I don't. It almost looks like a whatever this dot is. It's like there's an evilness here. Could be other days though. It's a long story. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. If you want to do an interview on the podcast, please let me know on the Shogi Harbor Discord or at my email, shogidad81@gmail.com. Let me, if you want to do an interview, I would love to talk to you about Shogi Malaysia. But on that note, anyway. Okay, great. I'll message you. I will message you. Awesome. Oh, very excited. Because I'm always looking for people to add to the interview cycle. Awesome. All right. So anyway, that's going to do it for me today. My throat is starting to go, and so we got some games in. Not too many, but got a bunch in. Had a lot of great chat. I think it's all the great chat that just kind of takes it out of my voice, especially when I'm not in. Like yesterday, something came up at home that prevented me from streaming. So anyway, I will see you all later. Thank you so much. Enjoy your shogi. I appreciate the support. And if you're still here, Desert Oracle, or if you're watching later, thank you again for the sub. I appreciate it. Happy podcast day. Yeah, everyone, excuse me. It's going. The voice is going. Check out the podcast if you haven't. Shogi in the West. And thank you. Bye, Yloigh. See everybody later. Take care. Bye.